Hello Mathematicians! Ayan. So, babalikan natin ngayon yung ating mga sinolve kanina na quadratic equations using quadratic formula. Yung equation number 4 down to equation number 11. Para tingnan ano ang value ng discriminant ng bawat isa at ano yung klase ng roots na meron sila. So, in number 4, 8x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Ito ang kanyang discriminant, yung 100. Anong klase number ng 100? This is positive and perfect square. At anong klaseng roots ang meron ng equation na to? Ito sila. 3/4 and negative 1/2. These are, of course, real and they are both rational. At syempre, unequal naman sila. Puntahan natin ngayon ang para sa equation number 5. 15x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. Ano ang kanyang discriminant? Ito, yung 121. This is again positive and perfect square. And ano yung kanyang mga roots? Ito, yung equation na to. Ito, 1/3 and negative 2/5. Again, these are both real, rational, and then unequal. Yan. Equation number 6. Anong kanyang discriminant? Ito, yung positive 292. So, this is positive, but not perfect square. And then, ano mga roots na meron dito? So, itong x sub 1 at x sub 2, these are real pa rin naman. Okay, so these are both real. But because of this radical parts here, they make the roots irrational. And still, they are unequal. So, real, irrational, unequal. Next, we have equation number 7. 7x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. Anong discriminant niya? Ito, 57. This is again positive, but not perfect square. Tapos, anong mga roots na meron siya? Ito. Still, they are real, irrational because of the radical part dyan, at saka unequal. And then, equation number 8. Ayan. So, anong discriminant dito? Yung 0. So, the discriminant is exactly 0. At ano yung mga root na meron siya? Ito. These are real, rational, and equal. Okay? O, tapos yung equation number 9. Okay. So, hindi ko lang naisulat kanina ha. So, we can actually denote the roots here as x sub 1 na equals to 1/5. Tapos, yung x sub 2 equal din sa 1/5. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung 10 plus 0 tsaka 10 minus 0 will both give 10. Tapos, over 50. Ibig sabihin, the two roots here are just equal to 10 over 50 when simplified ay 1/5 nga. So, ano ang discriminant dito? Ganun pa din. Exactly 0. At anong klaseng roots ang meron dito? Real, rational, and equal. Yan. Down to the last two equations. Anong klaseng discriminant ang meron dito? Ayan. So, this is negative. At anong klaseng roots naman ang meron siya? So, we have imaginary and then unequal. And then, panghuli, we have negative 8 as a discriminant. So, this is negative then. And then, anong roots ang meron dito? Siyempre, ayan. With the presence of I there as coefficient ng radical na square root of 2, the two roots here are also imaginary and unequal. Ayan. So, isummarize natin yung naging observation natin. So, yung b squared minus 4ac, okay, let's just represent it as the capital D. So, the discriminant of any quadratic equation can fall in any one of the following. D is greater than 0, meaning positive, and perfect square. Pwede rin namang D is still positive but not perfect square. Tapos, D is exactly equal to 0. And then, panghuli, D is negative or in symbols, less than 0. At pag ganun yung discriminant, anong roots ang meron ng equation? So, we're going to talk about yung nature of roots, tinatawag. So, ito yung value ng D. Tapos, dito naman yung nature of roots. Nature, how do you spell that? Nature. Yan, nagkamali lang ating pen. Nature of roots. Okay, so, kanina nakita natin na kapag perfect square at positive ang discriminant, the roots are real, rational, and unequal. Yan. Pwede natin bigyan ng acronym na RRU yan. Pero kapag naman positive tapos hindi perfect square, the roots are real pa rin naman pero irrational na, but still unequal. So, acronym RIU. Tapos, pag exactly equal to 0, we notice kanina na the roots are real, tapos rational, pero equal. So, RRE. And finally, D is less than 0. So, negative ang roots. Ibig sabihin, negative ang discriminant. So, what happens to the roots? Magiging silang imaginary and unequal. So, IU. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, if we're only after determining the nature of roots, all we need to do is compute for the value of the discriminant and then i-check natin saan siya nagpo-fall dito. So, positive ba siya na perfect square? Therefore, the roots are real, rational, unequal. Kung positive pero not perfect square, real, irrational, unequal. Kapag exactly equal to 0, real, rational, equal. And then, kapag negative nga, imaginary or unequal. O baka naman hindi nyo pa kabisado kung ano ang real, ano rational, ano ang unequal. Diba? We have the set of real numbers na inaral natin ng grade 7. Under the set of real numbers, may dalawang subsets yan. So, may dalawang klase ng real numbers. Either rational or irrational. From the word ratio. Ibig sabihin, pag rational, the number can be expressed as ratio or quotient of two integers. Okay? So, dahil quotient of two integers yun, ibig sabihin, the result can be an integer o kaya non-integer. Kasi in division of two integers, the answer is not always another integer. Pwede siyang fraction. So, ano ang mga non-integer? Diyan nagpo-fall nga ang fraction at ang decimal. Pero hindi lahat ng decimal ha, kasi may tatlo tayong klaseng decimal at dalawa lang ang under rational numbers. Yung repeating, tapos yung terminating. Pag sinabing repeating, may nagre-repeat na digit dun sa decimal. Pag terminating, mahaba man siya, pero may katapusan din. Parang yung relasyon niya ng ex mo siguro. Hindi, joke lang. Mahaba, pero may katapusan, no? Okay, pag naman irrational, ibig sabihin, dito nagpo-fall ang mga decimal, meaning kapag ginamit mo ang calculator mo, tapos kinuhanan mo yung value ng isang irrational number, it will be, the screen will show you a decimal na non-repeating, non-terminating. Kaya nga, hindi siya pwedeng i-express using as a quotient of two integers. Ngayon, balik tayo sa integer. Siyempre, dito nagfo-fall ngayon ang tatlong klase. Meron tayong positive, meron tayong 0, at negative na integer. Ano ang mga positive integer? Siyempre, nag-start tayo sa 1, followed by 2, 3, etc. Ibig sabihin, the positive integers are also known as the counting or natural numbers. Tapos, syempre, yung 0, ito lang naman yung, the only number na hindi positive, hindi rin negative. Tapos, ang negative integers are just the counterparts of the positive integers. So, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. And, just so you know, kapag pinagsama mo ang set ng positive integers saka 0, you will get the set of whole numbers. Kasi ang whole numbers, nag-start yan sa 0, tapos 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay? So, this is a sort of a review lang. Okay. And maisingit natin ngayon ang shortcut. How to get the sum and product of roots of any given quadratic equation. And we can make use of the formula to discuss this. So, x equals negative of b plus or minus square root of the discriminant b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, pwede yung mahiwalay, di ba? As x sub 1 equals negative of b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then x sub 2 equals negative b minus the square root of the discriminant b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Ayan. So, paano yung pagkuha ng sum? Siyempre, i-add mo lang yung dalawang fractions. So, let's get the sum of these two. Since they are of the same denominator lang, ibig sabihin, we can make use of the common denominator. Yan, 2a. And then, sa taas lang yung magiging sagot sa numerator. So, what is this plus this? So, siyempre, we only combine similar terms. So, itong parehong may b at itong parehong radicals na ang radicand ay parehas. So, negative of b plus negative of b. That will be negative 2b. And then, positive square root of b squared minus 4ac plus negative square root of the discriminant b squared minus 4ac. So, we are adding numbers na parehas ang absolute value pero magkaiba lang ang sign. And definitely, their sum will be 0. So, ibig sabihin, ang sum na itong dalawang to ay just negative 2b over 2a. And we can further simplify by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 2. So, this will just be negative 1b or simply negative b. Ito naman, 1a or simply a. So, ibig sabihin, if we're just after getting the sum of the roots of the equation, of the quadratic equation, ito ang sagot, negative b over a. Okay? Yan, balikan natin yung mga example natin kanina. Okay, halimbawa ito, yung madaling kuhanan ng sum. Ito. Ay, hindi yan. Medyo komplikadong tingnan. Yung mga may rational roots, ayan. So, 1/3 plus negative 2/5. These are the roots of the equation here in number 5. Ano ang sum ng 1/3 at negative 2/5? Paano yun? So, isingit natin dito ha. 1/3 plus negative 2/5. Sorry, bakit ko parenthesis yung negative 2? Dapat yung buong fraction. Negative 2/5. So, again, we can make use of butterfly technique dito. So, 1 times 5, 3 times negative 2. So, 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 5 plus negative 6 is negative 1. And then 3 times 5, 15. So, the sum of the two roots is negative 1 over 15. Tama ba na yung sum ay equal sa negative b over a? Ano ba ang negative of b dito? Negative of 1. Ano ang a? 15. So, ibig sabihin, negative b over a is negative 1 over 15. And yes, okay, it gave the same sum. Yung negative 1 over 15. Okay, so yun ang talagang shortcut. Negative b over a. Okay? Yan. So, ito yung ating magiging sagot. Tapos, sa next video natin i-discuss yung pagkuha ng, pag-derive dun sa shortcut ng pagkuha ng product of roots. Bye for now.